What is going on, Blade Knights? Clawblade here, and as of right now, Neverwinter is currently in the middle of its 20th mod. But I'm looking a little further into the future for this video. According to the content roadmap introduced in 2020, we're expecting to be receiving a brand new class sometime later this year. I cannot tell you how excited I am to start building a new character using it, but I have to wonder, what exactly is the new class going to be? In today's video, I'm going to be offering my ideas into what I could see the new class being, including what class types they could be set up as. Keep in mind, this is not 100% confirmed, and these are only my thoughts on what they could be, so please be gentle in the comments. This is purely for fun of guessing, and it honestly could be something completely different from what I theorize it to be. So if you find this video interesting, go ahead and critical hit that like button, and hey, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Make sure you also ring that bell icon to get notified on new videos as they get posted. So since Mod 16 was introduced, Neverwinter has conformed more to 5th edition D&D, bringing its classes closer to their tabletop counterpart. Using this as a base, we can potentially narrow down which classes would be the most likely to appear. As of now, only 4 classes have not been used from the D&D handbook: the Bard, the Druid, the Monk, and the Sorcerer. As cool as the Sorcerer sounds, I can't really see it arriving anytime soon, as we already have a Wizard and a Warlock, and the Sorcerer just feels too much like them, which leaves the other 3. First, and probably the most popular choice in the community, the Bard. The Bard is a tough one to nail down as it relies on music to buff and help out teammates. I can't really see this class as being a DPS or a tank, which is why I would classify it as the game's first double healer. Much like the Rogue and the Ranger being double DPS, the Bard would have 2 Paragon paths that focus on healing. Much like clerics from the past, one path having more potent healing powers, while the other path could focus on heavy buffing and debuffing. I could also see it having the same trait as the Ranger, where it could swap between range and close combat. The Bard could swap between strumming a tune to heal party members, or could swap to a crossbow to help deal some damage when not healing. It wouldn't be very effective, but it would need some form of attacks if you plan to play solo content. I can see its main attributes being charisma and wisdom to help boost outgoing healing and recharge speeds of its powers. For races who could be better suited for this class, I would go with the human, the sun elf, and for comedic purposes, the halfling. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a little Frodo strumming a lute in the background of their team? Next, we have what I consider my most favorite choice of the 3, the Druid. This class I could definitely see having an interesting variety of powers, and would classify this one as a healer DPS type. By using the power of nature, the Druid could create large AoE grass fields of healing to help teammates from a distance. And for the DPS side, I could see it as a summoner. Much like a necromancer summons undead to fight, the Druid could summon animals and wildlife to damage targets rather than attacking directly. It could also potentially have some awesome slow and rooting abilities to help keep them in place while their animal minions take them out. It would probably have intelligence and dexterity, since it would be a magic user and would want to move around pretty fast to avoid enemies. For races, I would go with the Wood Elf, Sun Elf again, and the Gith. Finally, we have the Monk. Now, the Monk I found to be a complex one to play, so I made multiple options for it. Primarily, I would see it as a DPS tank class, where using close combat martial arts, it could deal a large amount of damage to targets, or it could use those skills to block attacks, even deflect them much more easily than other tank classes. The other option I considered was having it as another double DPS class. I thought about this option when I realized that monks can also control Ki, a form of magic, to deal damage with their attacks. One path would focus on pure physical damage, much like barbarians, while the other path changes it up to take advantage of magical damage. I like both these options and could see them both as a possibility. For the DPS tank option, its attributes would likely fall to strength and constitution, while the double DPS option would have intelligence and strength as its most useful scores. Because of the variety of ability scores and types, it's hard to pinpoint on a good race to use. Your choice of race would probably come down to what you prefer on running: a physical fighter, a magical fighter, or a tank. There's still no release date yet for the class, probably not until the announcement of Mod 21, so we have loads of time to theorize. Again, these are only possible classes that could release, and we might not even get any of these, but it was a lot of fun to be creative and come up with the ideas. Regardless of what the class is coming out later this year, I'm excited to try it out and see how close I was to the concepts. If you have any ideas on classes you'd like to share, no matter how crazy they might be, feel free to share them in the comments section below or on the Discord server, the link of which you can find below in the description. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to catch more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing. You can also follow me on Twitch, where I live stream a variety of game content, including Neverwinter, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your support there is much appreciated. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys and gals, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Clawblade, signing off.